Good morning, everybody. Hello, Maria. Happy Thursday to you, too. It's good to be here. No shaky phone today. Woohoo! I am so sorry about that. I did not realize it until a downline member contacted me and says, you know, it could be on my end, but it might be on your end. But your phone is so shaky. And she noticed it both in my morning broadcast and in my evening broadcast that I did with my downline group. And I sort of saw something coming up on my iPad, but I thought it was my iPad. It didn't occur to me that it was on my phone. Then I took my camera and tried to take a picture, and even the photo app where I'm not even using video, that was shaking too. I couldn't even get a good picture without it jumping all over the place. So I took yesterday off and spent 4 hours at the phone store. Because they only let one person in at a time. And so you had to kind of wait your turn. So I'd sit in the car or I'd go drive around and then come back and check or whatever. But it all worked out beautifully. And I got a new phone and it's actually in my hands. I mean, I can't even believe it. I'm so excited. So it's really fun. Hello. Oh my gosh. Okay, so, I don't even have, you know what? I'm going to do a mystery giveaway again because I'm not using ribbon or rhinestones on the cards that I'm doing today. So I'll do some kind of mystery gift. So to get in the drawing that I'll do next week on Tuesday, all you have to do is maybe, say hi, let me know where you're watching from. Another thing you could do is maybe share the video on your timeline, let me know that you've shared, and then that is another way to get in the drawing. So that's exciting. Welcome. Okay. Do you guys notice my pretty new mug? Isn't it gorgeous? Oh, I love it. So this little mug was a birthday present from one of my downline. So pretty. So if you're wondering, the sentiment says, go out and live your dreams. How perfect is that for us in Stampin' Up? Because, we all love working with paper, and I know many of my customers do too. And so this is just such a sweet mug because it keeps in mind that I really am living the dream by being a Stampin' Up demonstrator, truly. And then here's the back side of the mug. It's just as cute as the front. So thank you so much, Yvonne. Oh, that's my little hug for you. I love my mug. And it's in such a pretty, pretty pink color too. We are going to make beautiful cards today with the Always in My Heart bundle. So you'll find this in the January through June mini catalog from Stampin' Up. If you don't have that catalog, please let me know. I would love to send you one. And I really need my customers to check their mailboxes, make sure they've had one, because I have had a few customers on the East Coast and in the Southeast that did not get their catalogs, like ever. I actually had to remail them some of the catalogs, but that's okay. I'm happy to do that for you. The card we're going to make today is an anniversary card. It looks like this. There's a lot of die cutting on here with the beautiful floral heart dies that are part of the bundle. And I love the colors on here. So this is an anniversary card. We're using the Oso Ombre paper, and it's just lovely. And I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera down and we'll get started recreating this card. All right, so I think I got the camera close enough that we can see everything that I'm working on here. These are the cards that we're going to recreate, and I am using some beautiful, beautiful colors. You could make these Valentine cards just as easily because there is a Valentine stamp in there as well. But we're focusing on anniversary today. So the colors we're using, you might be wondering what that darker red color is, and that is Mary Merlot. It's beautiful. It pairs up so gorgeously with the Rococo Rose, and then of course some Whisper White paper in here. So just a beautiful combination of colors, and I'm excited. I'm going to hold this up really close. Hopefully my new camera will pick this up, but you might notice there's some embossing on the background of the Rococo Rose panel, and that's the Scripty 3D embossing folder. That always looks so nice when you're making a Valentine's card, you know, kind of love lettery like. Same thing with an anniversary card. That's a beautiful background embossing folder to have. So love that one. And again, that's called Scripty 3D embossing folder. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll get started recreating this beauty. So the first thing you might notice is that the designer series paper on this card is from the Oh So Ombre 6x6 designer series paper. Oh yeah, I've showed this a bunch already. I'll show it a bunch more. It's a fabulous paper pack. And you can get it free with a $50 purchase from Stampin' Up! Before shipping, handling, and tax during celebration, which is through February 28th. So I love it. And we're going to be using this one here, the printed Rococo Rose. We're going to be starting with, and I'm making 2 cards. That's always handy because I like to do 2 giveaways. So I make the cards and then I'm ready for the giveaway on Tuesday when I do that. So this is Mary Merlot paper. It's 5.5 by 8.5, and I've scored it at 4 1/4. And I already have those folded. Right now it's just blank on the inside. Oh, I never showed you the inside of the card. Oh, terrible of me. Let me show it to you right now. Ah, how beautiful, right? It looks so nice. Like, look at the outside of the card, and then you are carrying through those hearts. See the hearts here? You carry them through to the inside panel. Isn't that fantastic? I know. When I was making this card, I was just so excited because I love that. I love this little heart trim. It's so pretty, especially when you put it against a contrasting paper. All right, so here we are with our card base. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take some Rococo Rose cardstock. I have this cut at 4 by 5 1/4, and then I used the Scripty 3D die, and I ran it through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and you get a beautiful script. I'll hold it up to the phone here. I think I gotta look and see where okay, my phone's so new, I haven't really learned how to work it yet. It seems really bright, so I may have to adjust the settings. But there it is, the beautiful scripty embossed paper, and it just looks so, so nice. All right, so then what we're going to do is I'm going to take some multi-purpose liquid glue, and we're just going to go ahead and put these panels down right off the bat, because we actually aren't using any embellishments on this card. That's why my giveaway is going to be a surprise. I don't even know what it's going to be, but it'll be something fun for you. So we're going to set this in. And the nice thing with glue, of course, is you can wiggle it into place and make sure all of your layers are just perfect. Because, you know, I sort of strive for perfection. Doesn't necessarily mean I am, but it's just one of those weird things about me. Okay, beautiful. Next step, we have our Rococo Rose Oh So Ombre designer series paper, and I've cut it at 3 by 4 1/4. Then what you do is you take your die cut, and there's this wonderful long strippy heart thing that is just like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. So you just put it on like this, because it's the heart part that actually does the cutting, and the lower part does not cut. So when you put it on your paper edge, let me grab something here so you can see what I'm talking about. So when you put it on your paper edge, you barely need to see that top part show. And then you just run it through your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And so you're going to do that on one side and then the other. And actually this paper, because it's designer series paper, I was just able to stack them. And then I was able to cut 2 at a time with no problem. So that's always fun when you can, you know, get two done at the same time. So I have them already pre-cut and ready to go, but we want to layer this on something. So get ready for some crazy measurements. We are going to layer it on some Mary Merlot cardstock, and yes, I had to make these kind of crazy measurements so we could get just the perfect edge all the way around after the top and the bottom was cut. So I have this cut at 3 3/16 by 4 5/16. That is my cut. Yeah, I know. But you guys are used to that. Those of you who watch me all the time, you know I do stuff like that. I always do that because I just like everything to look just right. So then I'm just going to take some multi-purpose liquid glue again and do a skinny little border all the way around. I love the back side too. The back side is Bermuda Bay, and it looks really good with that Friends Are Like Seashells bundle. So that is something to have on hand just because that bundle is so beautiful. All right, and then you just put it in so that the top and bottom have the same distance and the right and left have the same distance. So there's one, and then we'll do this one over here. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at that. Look at how those little hearts just shine up and just are so bright against the contrasting background of the Mary Merlot. All right, then we are actually going to glue this straight on down. We are not using, if you want to use dimensionals, you could, but I am just gluing this. So pretty simple so far, right? It's just a matter of knowing your measurements, and then you're just kind of gluing everything in place. No ribbon wraps, no embellishments. So then just glue this in place so that it's at a nice little angle. Like this. Oh, I so love this. So pretty. All right, so the front of our card is prepared. Now we have to do some stamping because we need to stamp the inside panel as well as the front panel. So let's get the next set of pieces that we need out. All right, so once again, we're going to use this little strip of hearts, and you're going to cut your inside panel in Whisper White, and it's going to be 4 by 5 1/4. Then, again, you are going to just line this up so just the bare, skinniest little strip will show above. Let's see if I can bring it up to the camera so you can see. You barely want to do that. So you're going to cut the top, and then you're going to flip it around and cut through the bottom. Now I did do this one at a time because the basic white is just a little bit thicker. But you could try doing 2 at a time, but I can't guarantee it. I know for sure it works on the Oso Ombre. All right, so once you have that done, you are going to have a panel that looks like this. Excuse me. So we are going to do our stamping now, and we are going to use some Mary Merlot. And the inside sentiment, it just works perfect for an anniversary card. Here's to another year of happily ever after. So that's just going to get stamped right in the middle. So just stamp that right in the middle. And then if you notice the way the sentiment is a little slanted, so there's a nice space right here for some hearts. And there happens to be a 3-pack of hearts that you can stamp all at one time, and it just works perfect for that sentiment. So those can be stamped right here. Look at how pretty that is. Oh my gosh, I just love it. Okay, so I did one in advance and then I just did one for you now. So we're gonna go ahead and put those into our inside panel. And this time I'm going to use some Stampin' Seal because I have noticed that we can sometimes get glue marks when we're using Whisper White or Very Vanilla. So I'm just going to, actually this time, I think because, yeah, I don't need to, I was thinking you could put a little at the bottom, but I don't think I'm going to. I like the more loose, elegant look of just putting adhesive at the top. So then we're gonna grab our cards and we're gonna put these panels right here on the inside. Just center them in. And then we'll do the same for the second one. Center it in. Oh, it just looks so good. I love it. All right. Then the next thing we're going to do is you'll need some scrap Whisper White or Basic White. We're changing that now, so we'll be calling it Basic White from now on. So I've got, again, my Mary Merlot ink, and we have this wonderful You Had Me at Hello stamp. So we're going to ink that up. And then you're just going to stamp that on any pieces of white scrap. So this one I did without a Stampin' mat, and it's a little bit faded through the center. So let me find a Stampin' mat and we'll see if we can do a better job on the second one. So here's my Stampin' mat. It's a Stampin' Pierce mat, but I use this for stamping. So I want to make sure that my center is a little more filled in. So sometimes when you have a bold stamp like this and you're using photopolymer because there's no cushion on it, you do want to add a little cushion and you should be able to get a little bit better image. Oh my gosh, look at the difference, you guys. So the center of my heart does have a tendency to stamp lighter. I'm going to hold this up to the camera so you can see the difference between the two. That's the difference between using a Stampin' mat and not using a Stampin' mat. It really does matter. Okay, so I don't always use the Stampin' mat all the time, but I find it more important to use it when I have a bold, almost fully covered, almost fully inked image like this. All right, so of course, to cut these hearts out, we need this die. So this is part of the die set. That's part of the bundle. This is called the Floral Heart dies. There's a reason it's a floral heart. It's a floral heart. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. So when you cut this out of your little scraps of white, you have something that looks like this. So this is just an example of how that floral heart cuts. Now you'd have to have a much bigger piece of paper if you were going to use that floral heart in some other way, but I just needed it to get the main image out that I was going for, which is this one. So I already did that, and I did make sure that I had my giveaways stamped perfectly. Another thing we will need is we will need to cut. There's a beautiful banner in here that can be popped up on your cards because it has the little score marks already in it. So when you run it through your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, it's already doing the scoring for you. So I have one of them already stamped. I did not fold it yet, but it looks like this. It's Happy Anniversary, and it looks so nice. Here's the second one, and I'm going to go ahead now and stamp Happy Anniversary. So I've got my anniversary card. I'm inking it up here in Mary Merlot, and we're just going to go ahead and stamp it like so. There it is. Perfect. All right, then there's not too much left with this card, but we do want to fold these edges in. So to do that, you just follow the score lines, and that's not really going to be very easy for you to see. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to give this a little bit longer to dry so I don't actually smear it. Then what we want to do is bring our original cards back into the picture here. And we're going to put our hearts on first. So let me go ahead and get some dimensionals on these hearts. And I'm just going to lay this right here. Oh, it looks so pretty. So just lay this right here where you think you are going to want it. Don't put it on yet. So I'm going to go a little bit lower. And then I'm going to get my dimensionals on my hearts. So this is probably maybe the trickiest part of this whole card is setting this little banner in and making sure that everything is where you want it once you have your dimensionals on. So I'm putting 3 dimensionals on each heart. Then I have my little happy anniversary here. And you know, I think I'm just going to go ahead and put this on because it looks like it's kind of like right where I want it. So I am going to get some Stampin' Seal because Stampin' Seal is really strong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to also get these out of the way. I'm also going to take my silicone mat. I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to put Stampin' Seal right here. So I'm not putting it anywhere but where this end is. So that's the only thing that's going to be attached to the card are each end of the banner. But I'm making sure I get quite a bit on there. All right, so it looks like this. Then what we're going to do is we're going to put it on here so that it sort of slopes upward. So just set that in there very gently. And what I do is I kind of get that so that what you want to do is you want to kind of put it on so that everything is crushed down, because once you let go, the center is going to pop up. So once you get it kind of where you want it, just set it in, press down. Oh, and look at that. The center pops up. So you don't have to put anything like dimensionals right through here, because that little fold does it automatically. So it goes down to go into your card, you know, into your envelope rather. And then it just pops up like this and it looks really nice just as, you know, a decoration on your card. So then take your heart, you're going to set this in like so. And there it is. So cute. I just love it. All right, we're going to do the same thing over here. So again, I'm going to fold in all the score lines. So you just fold it back and then fold it forward. Whoops, I missed a score line. I didn't have it folded quite right. It's hard to see when I can't put my head directly over where I'm working. There we go, I think we got it. All right, so then again, I'm just putting seal, goodness, putting seal on these edges. Then we're just gonna set this in so it sort of slopes upward. Press it in, there it is, it automatically pops up. That's what you wanted to do. Put your heart in here like so, and your card is done. So pretty. So here's the outside, here's the inside. Isn't it great? I love it. So here we go. Here are the 2 cards that I'm going to be giving away, and I'm so excited about them. So again, just you can, you know, I have this up through Thursday. So be sure to comment, share, let me know you've shared, and I'll do the giveaway on Thursday. Did I say not Thursday? Today is Thursday. I'll do the giveaway on Tuesday of next week. Oh my gosh. You guys have a great day. Be sure you stop in for my mailbox shares on Happy Stampers Stamping to Share at 1 o'clock today, which is the 21st of January. See you later, everybody. Bye-bye.